call rush. Medicinal therapeutic potential, my remedy of choice. Only the close-minded will criticize. There is a big, hey, the world is talking about it. I will tell them about it. A attitude to tell you about it. Think, oh yeah, I'm talking about the green gold.
Yeah, green gold rush.
Medicinal
Time check 28 minutes past the hours of 8.
remedy of choice. Only the close-minded will.
Yeah, very soon I'll bring you my artist Ras Attitude.
Hey, the world is talking about it. I will tell them about it. A attitude to tell you about it. Think, oh yeah, I'm talking about the green gold rush. Medicinal therapeutic potential, my remedy of choice. Only the close-minded will criticize. There is a big green gold rush. Cannabidial medical, relative to the ancient botanical remedy of choice. I know the whole world a fight for legalize. They assume when doctor give them pills it's gonna better for them health. They are only being dishonest to themselves. Take a look, become more them see them insides and melt. Cause them strong out for pharmaceutical help. Natural thing into my lungs then to my brain. No doubt about this indica strain. The herbs yeah, keep icing. And the herbs grandpa chaffa when him feel pain. Not the green gold rush. Medicinal potential, my remedy of choice. Only the close-minded will criticize. There is a
Yeah, massive. I already have Ras Attitude on the line.
about it. I will tell them about
Yeah, so you can watch us live on Facebook, also on YouTube. Why not?
think. Oh yeah, I'm talking about the green gold.
We're here to hold a vibe.
Medicinal therapeutic.
Talking about consciousness, you know what I mean? Nothing, you know what I mean? No bad word. Without cutting and go through.
Will criticize. There is a big, hey, the world is talking about it. I will tell them about it. A attitude to tell you about it. Think, oh yeah, I'm talking about the green gold rush. Medicinal therapeutic potential, my remedy.
Anyway, time wait for no man. Let's go on to the line.
Mind that will criticize.
Hey,
Hey, the world is talking about
green gold rush. Lord of His mercy.
a attitude.
What a tune.
Think, oh yeah, I'm talking about the green gold rush.
Yes. Good evening, Ras Attitude.
Blessed Selector Brown Eye.
Yes,
Upland and bright,
kid,
like a
yes,
red couple,
kid.
right?
Everything blessed and circle right here, you know, in the studios of GN Radio, and also all over UK. 4 corners of the United Kingdom is blazing, and also, you know, 4 corners of Africa, everywhere. You know what I mean? It's Brown Eye,
yes,
GN Radio,
yes.
and Ras Attitude.
Bless up my African people, them. I'm a Saganalo for life, see? Yes,
Yeah,
I.
man, natural. You know what I mean? But before we set the ball rolling, I would like to say I do really apologize on behalf of myself and the GN Radio team. We do apologize that the interview couldn't happen last week due to 1 and 2 technical hitches. But today, we're glad that, you know what I mean, we're glad to have you right here on GN Radio.
But like I say, everything is for a reason, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, for a reason, and certain reasons is beyond our control. You know, so you just have to roll with it that way there and just give thanks that we're here now with the eye.
Natural.
You know?
Natural. Anyway, Green Gold Rush, you know what I mean? That's how the music on the background. Massive heard his voice, so make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend and make them know, say yes, Ras Attitude right here on GN Radio. Anytime we promise, we deliver. And allow me, I tell her no. This is GN Radio. Reggae Catalogue with myself, the one with the most.
I'm talking gold rush. Medicinal therapeutic potential.
Anyway, so Ras Attitude, you know what I mean? When we talk about Ras Attitude, who is Ras Attitude? Because I know you have a couple of brand new projects out there that we'll be talking about that, you know what I mean? But before we talk about the brand new project that you've put in out, who is Ras Attitude? If you don't mind, you know what I mean, sharing that with my listeners out there.
Yeah, well, Ras Attitude is a youth from the Virgin Islands, who was raised by a beautiful mother who is a gospel singer, and taught us how to deal with the ivory keys from a young age, taught us notes and keys from a young age. Mama HG. Also, Ras Attitude is a youth where used to play sound system at first, and grew up around the sound system culture, and with that being said, a lot of musical vibes come forward within I and I, making moves from in the music out to the world through college, and doing college parties and stuff, and was dubbed the name Attitude in college through a brother named Tipali, Jamaican artist from out of Jamaica, where I used to be with Tipali and Rapper Roberts. Remember that group?
Ras Attitude, I think I would say that you've jumped from the beginning to the middle and you're trying to end the whole conversation with that. But from what I've learned about you, Ras Attitude started, let's say, from the age of 7, from church and all of that. Can you take us through that side? Because I learned that at the age of 7, Ras Attitude had his first state performance.
That means we have time then, because a lot of time,
we can just cut it. You know what I mean?
All right, so I don't have to make the long story short. So yeah, so growing up as a youth, we dealt with church choir and those things. We had to go to church and them things that through mom. My mother is a gospel singer. So I was raised in that realm, and I had to wake up, like I said, every morning and play the ivory keys and get to know keys and notes. From there going through high school and stuff. As a youth, growing up in a household like that, you get to learn a lot. Also your spiritual side, you get to learn your spiritual side, and then growing up within the neighborhood or seeing your uncles, because my uncle was a Rasta man, or still is a Rasta man, I should say.
Okay.
So seeing him around the place, and I remember one time I asked my mom, like, hey, I noticed there's a man in this bowl that his hair does not look like what they're saying in this verse, saying that his hair is of wool and his skin is of bronze. But I'm saying, no, this don't look like the person. So later on, seeing my uncle, I'm saying, well, mommy, this is what they're referring to in the Bible. This my uncle, So it's like, from my youth, I've been seeing certain vibes that was different within the churchical order,
Okay.
So I'm not knocking no Christians or nothing on their faith or anything, blessed to the Christian them and their faith, it's up to them what they want to do, to each his own. But I say Rastafari,
Yeah, true.
And me and my mother don't butt heads about that. We just know that within all of this, it is love that conquer all.
Okay.
Yeah, so growing up, my mother already saw that I was trying a whole different way for knowledge and seeking the truth, Yeah, so with that being said, now growing up and going through school, even before I got into high school, we still was doing something called lunchroom session.
Yeah, so that was at the age of 16 from the Caribbean Community School.
Yeah, doing lunchroom session, because, well, this was going on from before the age of 16 in school now.
Okay.
But when it really got to a vibes, it was when I was like 16, when I'm actually finding myself as an artist and being around reggae music, and So at this point now, I'm kind of finding myself, and trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. And I had seen a concert a little before this, because like I said, we've been doing this from before the age of 16 in school,
yeah.
and the whole beating on the drums and beating on the desk
on the tables and the stuff in that.
Yeah. So before this, I went to a concert with who was performing at the time? White Mice, Singing Sweet, General Degree, and World of Girls. Okay. Everybody on the island was at this concert, and I ended up going there, and like I said, I was a youth, so I'm sneaking in, you know what I mean? So I got in the gate
Listening to
and
GN Radio UK.
Now we're listening.
Singing Sweet is to open the show. Him and White Mice is to open the show. And White Mice had just performed. I don't think I caught White Mice's performance, but by the time I got there, they was bringing on Singing Sweet. And at that time, he had the song, When I See You Smile, I can say the word. Oh, that song. So remember the rhythm was tum, 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 tum. So the rhythm, they start bunks now, and the people them get excited. Regin, now I'm a youth man, and to see another youth man get on the stage at that time, see, and start sing that song there. The man not even get to sing the song good. All him says, oh, baby. That's all the man say. Grab the man off the stage and pull him on. And I say, what? What is God? You know?
He can do better than that.
Security a fight for the youth. The people them a pull him. Security a pull him one way, and they finally get him. Security finally get him on the stage again, and the man do the same thing. Oh, baby. Controversy
That's
again.
for the ladies, you know.
Them just start pulling you off of the stage again. So at that point, I'm like, yo, I could do this because I'm already in the classroom, you know, doing my thing, you know. So what solidified it was, that was like on a weekend. So by Monday time now, I go to school now and it's lunchroom session again now, you know. See? But I decide now to sing because this concert just gone.
But it's still on your mind, you know what I mean? What you did.
Yeah. And that song at the time was a big song on the island. So I decided I'm gonna cover that song in lunchroom session today, you know? And what solidified it was, while singing it, a daughter, because you know the ladies come through the lunchroom session, you know, and whole lot of vibes of the little artists them in there, and right away this young lady started to cry. You know, like real eye water and real tears dropping. And by the time I done, she said, man, you sing that song so good, you make me cry. I said, wow. That was it for me. That was it for me.
That was there. That, you know what I mean?
That was it for me. So by the time, like I said, I used to deal with a sound called Tech 9.
Tech 9, yeah.
Yeah, me and my brethren them start up a sound back then, Tech 9 sound, and from there on out, I would be singing, like, cause you know, them times you have the 45 vinyl.
Yeah.
Other side, you flip it over, there's a rhythm, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of times while we're playing certain songs, and then by the time I look, I select, I flip over one and drop the rhythm and sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I start to sing while the crowd is there jamming to the song. So it became a thing where this thing has been happening for a long time in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? But these kind of things don't really happen in the Virgin Islands. So it was a different thing for the Virgin Islands people to see as well, you know, and as well as for me to experience that hands-on, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, so leaving that realm now, and then that went on through high school.
Okay. Ras, actually, before, you know, I mean, we move on to, you know, whatever is there with you and Tipa Lee. Let's talk about this Green Gold Rush.
Yeah.
The tune at the background. Green Gold Rush.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Green Gold Rush now. You know, it speaks for itself, you know, because remember how I came up with that song actually is, you know, California. I spent a lot of time in California.
Okay.
You know, and I don't know if it was Eureka or one of those places I were in, and somebody was talking about the gold rush, you know. And in them times, a lot of gold, people used to rush for gold and these things. But what I recognize is that in California now and some of these places, it's a different rush. It's the green gold rush.
Yeah, you see the long queue and the stuff and that.
Yeah, marijuana is gold now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's precious now.
Yeah, first it was solid gold. Now it's green gold, you know? The herbical gold.
Yeah.
So I came up with that song, you know, Green Gold Rush, because now it's a rush for the green gold. You know, all over the world it's a green gold rush.
Okay.
So that's so That's why there's a green gold rush now, because even the doctors know it. Even the doctors know it, the farmers know it, that this is something that can heal the whole world.
The worldwide know it.
If used properly.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, if used properly, it can heal the whole world. But this is what the people them know. So, with that being said, they try to block it off from people like I and I who knows the proper use of it. You know? So that's why there has to be a green gold rush. You know? For medicinal purposes. Yeah? Therapeutic. Yeah?
Yeah. Massive and crew, that's Ras Attitude on the line. Make sure that you tune in. Tell a friend to send a voice note and let them know that yes, we are live here on GN Radio, and you know, all the way from Virgin Islands, the US of A. You know what I mean? He has taken his time. I know he's a very busy man. You know, he has taken his time to come and share, you know, his story with us, and he's got a brand new project out that we'll be, you know, we'll be talking about that later on. But the name Ras Attitude came when, you know, from Baker College. Can you take us the while, you know, when that name came about?
Well, so in Baker College now, that's in Massachusetts, in Worcester, Massachusetts. You know, I was like probably like the only Ras in the college alongside my brother. But by the time I get there, they used to just call me Ras. Every minute that's just Ras. And you know, we used to do college parties and select at college parties, because remember I said like I came from selecting songs and DJing and everything there before I turned singer, like actual singer in the thing, because it was like a back and forth thing. I was singing in the church, and then I find reggae music, and we build a little sound just to stay closer to the music. We build Tech 9 sound, and we're juggling this music, and now I find myself singing again.
Yeah.
So now from there, go straight to college now. I'm doing the same thing. I'm selecting at parties, but now I'm in the state side now, where they don't really know. I'm in college. A lot of the white youth them don't really know that thing where the artists and the sound and it's a togetherness, you know. So I didn't really start singing at the college parties like that. I just was selecting the song them and, you know, getting the groove.
Yeah.
You know. Didn't want to flap myself early out, you know, even though I know I'm a good singer, they don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm getting in the groove. So I used to buy 45s a lot, and I ended up meeting up with Tipperley, who used to drive around. He have 45s and he sell 45s, he do his artist work. And one day I got some 45s from him and invited him upstairs to my little, you know, selection place where we have my little studio, you know. And when he forward up, we had the microphone, because me and my brother sings as well too. All my brothers sing, but I'm the one who took up this thing here differently, you know. So me and him up there, and we DJing and we singing, but my brother was singing at the time, and I had just walked in the room and he gave me the microphone. I started doing my thing. So right away, I not even reached 4 bar yet. Before I reached the 4th bar, Tipperley just stopped me and said, "Yo, I have a name for you now. I call you Attitude."
Attitude. Okay, hold on there, Ras Attitude.
Status. Attitude and me ready to fight up the war with that.
So his brother realized that no, the man them has got attitude, you know what I mean? The way he's handling the microphone. Channel star. Musical thinker, warrior status.
Congo soldiers rise up ready
from Ras Attitude.
Them heart attack when the Rasta man a go Congo.
Yeah, check him on Instagram, also on Facebook, Twitter. It's Ras Attitude official, you know what I mean? So Ras Attitude, from when you got the name Ras Attitude, and he said to yourself, were you happy with that when that name, you know, popped up?
You know what? At the time, I didn't know what was given to me.
Okay.
You know, at the time, I was just like, yeah, okay, all right, cool, I'll go with that. You know, because just like you said, it was how I dealt with the microphone right away today. I mean, it's Attitude from now on. I just want to call you Attitude. My vibes towards the audio phone, you know. So at that time, it wasn't like how I feel now. Like, I give so much thanks to that brother typically in which party they big up yourself in Diamond Socks and Clarks. Because, you know, the brother gave me such a powerful name to roll with, you know, and by me going to college at the time and the youth them call me Ras, I just put the two of them together because I used to doodle in my notebooks and stuff. So I used to have Ras, you know, never know. Cause at the time they used to call me Bantan, school Bantan. So I used to have the Ras Bantan or whatever, and then when he gave me that name, it just automatically clicked, Ras Attitude, boom. So I would be doodling that in my notebooks now. Every notebook I have is Ras Attitude.
Ras Attitude.
Yeah, I sign my name on the top. I wouldn't even sign my government name. I'd sign Ras Attitude.
Ras Attitude.
So sometimes I forget to put my government name. You know, if I'm putting in a classwork or something, I would make a mistake and put in Ras Attitude in there. So sometimes the professor want to wait. Who is Ras Attitude? Like, where is this coming from? You know? Yeah. So it was a different vibe when I got the name Ras Attitude.
Okay.
And I took up and went to Virginia after that, in sort of Teddy Riley, because at the time I figured they was looking for artists. You know, so I said, well, you know what? I'm a good singer. I could sing R&B. I could sing all this stuff. I decided I'm gonna take up and go to Virginia and seek out Teddy Riley. At the time, I did not know how the music business run, and you have to link somebody and have the link to the link.
It's to who you know.
So I just drive down there and find out which part his studio was, and when I get there now, I get to the gate and security say, no, sir, where you are go? And I say, I'm trying to see Teddy Riley, the producer. And I said, no, you need an appointment and all kind of something, man. You need to link with somebody who know the producer.
It's members only.
You gotta have an appointment, you know. So watch me now, I try to set an appointment and can't get through, you know. So so from that now, I took it upon myself to link up with some instrumental players in the Virginia area. We started a band called the Hands Off Band. Yeah. So at this point now, I'm around Virginia singing cover songs, and sometimes I drop a little song of my own in there. See, but I didn't actually have any recordings out there. I worked with a brother named E.F. Cuttings from Eternity Studio, where that was supposed to be my first album, Still Standing for Jah. And we didn't really know, as far as we didn't have the platforms we have today, you know, to start putting them out on certain things. And again, I'm still young in the game. I don't know nothing about BMI or ASCAP. I don't know nothing about these things here. You just can't sing, I want to put out music, you know. So I link up with E.F. Cuttings with a little thing and Vice out and drop this little album, and it never really do too well. And then throughout all of this now, with the Hands Off Band, I started getting popular in the area of Virginia. Okay. Yeah, so before reaching to Virginia, I went to seek out Brother Batch, who used to play drums for my mom on tour. And I didn't get to see him. I met him once in Boston, and he was so busy. I think he was working on a project for Bushman at the time, and he was so busy we didn't get to link. So at this point, my name started circulating around Virginia when I moved to Virginia, and they got wind that I was in Virginia. So at this time, he had moved to Alexandria or DC area and got wind that I was in Virginia. So now they sent word through a daughter from the VI that they need to see me. Well, actually, Jerome Ashby, who plays guitar for my mom, who played guitar for my mom on tour as well, they were now working together. But I did not know Brother Batch was with him at the time. I just got word that Jerome wants to see me. Okay. So it was kind of surprise. Yeah, so I went up there because, you know, anybody who played instruments for my mom or backed my mom while she was on tour, I remember I was a youth. I know these brothers, you know, playing instruments for my mom, so I know them very well. So if they wanted to see me, I'm like, 1, 2, 3, I'm gone, because it's a respect as well. Of course. You know what I'm saying? As my elders, you know? So I leave from Virginia, went to Alexandria to see Jerome, and when I went to see Jerome, he met me outside, we talked. So we started walking inside. He opened one door, and then he opened the next door. He said, "Guess who's here?" I said, "Who?" When he opened the next door and wide enough, I look and see his batch in there making music. He's in there making music. So I'm like, yo, look how long I look to you, And we hold our vibes, and he was like, "What you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm doing music, man. I'm glad that I got the call to come here. I finally link up with you." So he's like, "What you got?" So I went in the booth one time. It was no long talking. I went in the booth because they're now at this point like, wow, we used to back your mom, and now you come here, you're a singer. Let's see what you got. You know what I'm saying? Now the long talking done. Now he's like, okay, get in the booth. Let's see what you got. Let's see if we got another project here. And I went in there and I did my thing, and he was like, yo, listen, let's do this. My first song was Happiness. That was the
So Happiness was in 2001. That was your debut album.
Yes. Give thanks. So he was making that rhythm when I walked in. And that's what brought about Happiness, because it was a joy being amongst them at that time.
Because you weren't expecting it.
I wasn't expecting it, so that's how I come up with happiness, togetherness, righteousness, is godliness, living in Jah love. So happiness, togetherness,
everything come together, no one pot.
First song on that project, Happiness, and from that song we just kept going, rhythm after rhythm, plus recording rhythms until we had an album. And I said, you know what, let's call it Happiness, because that's what it was from the start, and that's when we built. Right after the album was done, we sat down and we put in place Sound Vision Records.
Okay. So in 2004, you also got this album called Love Life.
Love Life, that's also under Sound Vision Records as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so we started putting out more projects because now my brethren have a lot of faith in me as well as I have faith in him, to produce the music for me. So we just been working as a team from there on out and been pushing. We also had, from that, we had part to do the Culture Lineum that had like Vaughn Benjamin, Desiree, Shiloh, Ras Attitude, Batch himself.
Wow. Massive and crew, I believe you're enjoying this conversation with myself and Ras Attitude. If you're out there and you haven't told your friend yet, make sure you tell your friend, because to me, you're being selfish, you understand? Because this is a real vibe that we're sharing right here, you know what I mean? With myself and Ras Attitude here on GN Radio. But Ras, let's talk about this warrior status, and at the same time, Most High Jah, this tune, before we come to your latest project.
Warrior status?
Yeah.
Well, are we talking about the song or the project itself?
No. The song itself. What really motivated you? At what point in time that you said to yourself, "No, let me write this lyrics, warrior status."
Well, when I got the rhythm, it wasn't very difficult, because it's a rhythm that everyone knows. It's a nostalgic rhythm. The Rockford Rock, and I got the rhythm. And at the time, my brother had got shot in the head and survived.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes, but he's okay. He survived that,
Give thanks.
And at the time, warrior status came up when I was like, big up all my warriors, because I saw a lot of people, pass away through the gun violence as well too, And instead of the weapon being the gun, the weapon is the truth. You know what I'm saying? So when I came up with that, it was like more like, big up all my warriors, but freedom weapon of the truth, pagan use, pure lion, try poison you. Because there was a lot of things going on in that time, as far as my brother, as far as politics, everything was going on in that time, So that's how I forward with the warrior status, just a song to keep people upful as warriors and warriors in these times, from then to now. You know what I mean? Like a upful vibes for the warriors and warriors them,
Natural. And also the Most High Protect.
Yeah, well, all them songs they coincide with each other, because even on the battlefield, you have to ask for the Most High protection. And I teach on your feet, Yeah, man. So that's why when I say Most High protect I from the evil, you know, out there, from all the goons and the goblins and all these evilous vibes that's going on out there this time and dispensation amongst I and the children. You know, so I have to sing about that, and in certain places become an anthem, because we don't just say this to ourselves, you know, to hear it in songs of praise and songs of glory, you know.
Even in times of this pandemic and all of this, these are the kind of tunes that we need, you know.
Yes. No disrespect to no one else who does other music out there, but right now, righteousness lead the way and righteousness exalt the nation, you know. So this is what we're rolling with. We're rolling with the Most High, you know. God, the Most High alone protect and guide. You understand? So all one them who feel like so the gun them protect and guide it. Not go them way they can usually man lose and take life with gun. You know? So Most High protect time at every step and every breath. Right?
Natural. So now, Ras Attitude, you know, in this time of this pandemic and as an artist, you know, I mean, what have you been doing before, you know, we talk about this, your new project? When I saw the track title, I was like, Lord of His mercy, you know, is it repatriation time or what are we talking about?
Yeah, well, the new album out now is called Warrior Status. It's off title track Warrior Status. Okay. Then the name of the album. And, you know, right now we've just been taking time to reflect, you know, taking time to get to know self, taking time to be with family, taking time to record more songs, taking time to record videos. Because sometimes, you know, sometimes time does not permit as much for you to go and record a video. And I record my own videos.
Okay.
You know, so it's kind of rough on me because I do my own videos. I have a little bridge shoot for me. I end up editing. I do my own editing and stuff like that. So it's a little bit rougher, you know. Yeah. So with this whole vibe going on, it gives me a chance to actually take a time out to do these things and edit more videos and you know, go into the studio more. So we're in the studio a lot. We're able to record more. So by time all is said and done, you know, you might be able to drop out 3 albums.
Definitely. You know, I mean, the world is looking forward to that.
Yeah, I actually have another one about to drop because Warrior Status dropped in 2020. I planned it that way. We wanted to be 2021, but I said no, let's just drop this one in 2020. So I'll finish off the year on a good vibes. See, Warrior Status, cause that is the year of warriors, you know. So then we roll into 2021 with a new project. See, yeah, a whole new project, and I gotta say, big up I Am Mason.
Yeah, we have a couple of, you know, I mean, messages from the Facebook. This one is Kweku Elijah says, my name is Elijah, watching live from Nogochi, and also Kobna Oche, also the man is back with the Vim. Okay, this one is Darius Semper. It says, big up Boombox family, Ras Attitude, Mike Gordon.
Yes, sir. Big up, sempre, upfront and bright, you know. In continue mention, more love, you know.
And also Ras Tesfa, you know, I mean, all the way from Brazil, you know, I mean, they all listening to us and watching us live. So
Ras Tesfa, love and respect. Yeah, man, in continue mention, my brother. Yeah, man. Amo você, Brazil. Yeah.
So Ras Attitude, let's talk about this one. African Walk.
Aye.
Let's take a listen.
African shoes, African walk, African style, African talk. Man, if we go in this bit, when we
run the track.
African flag away. My African girls, for you and me apart. Keep the thing well natural.
So Massive Anchor, don't forget each and every Wednesday we're here live and direct, you know what I mean? Dealing with reggae music.
Step in.
No bad weather with us cutting and go through. Yes, check out Ras Attitude Official on Instagram, also on Twitter, Ras Attitude, Facebook, Ras Attitude. God of His mercy. From the age of 7, the man started, you know what I mean? Mounting the stage. You know. So to all of me Africans out there, big up the status and I know go definitely right after this pandemic.
For you, me, I
Ras Attitude will be touring over the continents in. That one is a promise and a lie.
Empress from Ghana, Miss Anakaba.
Yeah, Ghanaians want to hear? To all them Empress from Ghana, Lord of His mercy. This one is a full endorsement from Ras Attitude.
I set the vibes, yeah, I set the vibes. But that's not ready to tell you once, now I have to tell you twice.
Yes, let's go on to the line and talk about this tune, African Walk. And I'm gonna ask him why African Walk. I just hate Ghana, and you know one thing, I've realized that most people when they listening to reggae music and they hear the name Ghana, they say, "Wow," they mention Ghana in it. So Ras Attitude, why African Walk?
African walk, that's where my roots come from, Africa.
Okay.
Right away, that's where my roots come from, Africa. And why African walk is, I did this song with Drew Keys, rest in peace, Drew Keys. He just passed away the other day.
Oh, may you rest in peace.
Yes, I rest in power. Very, very powerful producer and instrumental player. We was at his studio, and he actually draw for some rhythms. But the first rhythm he drawed for, well, I think it was the first or the second rhythm he drawed for, let me hear some rhythms that he had just sitting there for years and never do nothing with them. Because I asked him, like, hey, find me something that you ain't doing nothing with, that we can work with, And he pulled up one rhythm, the vibes to that one, and then he pulled up this one, African, this rhythm here. I just call it the African walk rhythm. But he pulled this up, and immediately I just got a vibe, as we start bounce to it for a little while and bouncing, and I just hear it, In my African shoes, African walk, African style. What happened was, I think it was the progression of the rhythm and drums that he put in there, because it go doom, 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 and I'm envisioning walking through Africa.
You can hear the African drums, like the South African beats.
So I'm envisioning just walking through this big golden field.
Yeah.
And I'm walking and in my African shoes, African walk. And every time I do a song, I envision a video for it while I'm doing the song. You know what I'm saying? And that's only because I shoot my own video. So at that point, I'm thinking about a video, I'm thinking about the song, I'm thinking about everything at that one point, So I start hearing the rhythm, the drums and beating in my ears. Because one thing, I just love the drums. So when I hear the drums and beating, I just say, man, in my African shows, African walk, African style, African talk, and Jukies watch me and say, yo, hit that. So we don't keep on and repeat that part there. And then we start saying, in my African shows, African walk, African style, African talk. Malawi gold in a display where me a spark with my African flag a wave. At that time, we was smoking a herb.
You know what I mean?
And it reminds one time a man bring me some Malawi gold. See? But true, I never remember the name of this herb I was smoking at the time. It just kind of have that flavor like the Malawi gold. So me just say Malawi gold. This place for me a spark with my African flag a wave. So right away, when Jukies gave me the okay, I said, yo, that's a good song right there. It fit the rhythm nice. I said, all right, Ju, we're gonna go there. I started writing from there on out and writing the vibes. Perfect Giddy Money was there holding the vibes.
That's great growth. That's my brethren there.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
solid man. And he's one of the youth them that I have a lot of respect for.
The Ankiad boy.
Yeah, so when you're in studio with these artists here, you can't just put out.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah. You have to step up your game,
You know what I mean?
so I was glad that he was there at the session, and and it's because of him I really got to know Drew Keys a little better as far as a producer. When I go that side, he takes me over there and we go over there and full joy and all the vibes,
Natural. So what I mean?
African walk,
And you mentioned Ghana, what was the link between you and Ghana?
Well, I haven't fully traced the roots, but from what my mom has showed me is that our roots trace back to Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah, my roots our family roots trace back to Ghana.
So Ghana Massive, you know what I mean? He's one of our own.
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, that's why I'm one of y'all, straight up.
You know what I mean? Ras Attitude is one of our own, you know what I mean? So
Yes,
anytime he's coming to Ghana or anytime he's coming to do a show, I know definitely after the COVID, we need some serious reggae show in Ghana.
Yeah,
Definitely,
man,
we'll make sure that all these
I have to
things.
reach home. I have to
Yeah,
reach
man.
home.
We have to make sure that all these things happen. But you know what I mean? Before, you know what I mean, we draw the curtains down and everything. I know throughout your musical journey, there has been some ups and downs, some lows and highs and stuff and that. Before we talk about that, you know, you've also performed with some great artists. How was it for you? The likes of Barrington Levy, Barris Hammond, you know, Mrs. Kalanji, you know what I mean? Being on the stage with these people, how was it for you as an artist?
Well, it was a humbling experience, especially when you do get to talk and reason with these artists. Because sometimes you go to some shows, you perform, you're the opening act. You know, you don't get to see the artists till they come on the stage, and some artists come on, they do their work and they're gone. You know, I was able to hold conversation and hold advice with these artists because they're humble as well. And you know, they show me insights about certain vibes, and they actually just welcome I and I into the industry, really, into the musical game, you know, as an artist coming out of the Virgin Islands. You know what I'm saying?
Natural.
I got a lot of good positive energy from them. Big up Father Barris, you know, who actually gave me a little reason while he was here on the Virgin Islands. You know, I got a big up man like Peter Morgan, who took time out of his schedule to explain to me.
From the Morgan's Heritage family.
Yeah, man. Peter Morgan is a royal youth. Big up yourself, Peter. The whole family, a royal family. You know, Gramps. You know, the whole family. You know, Mojo, my virgin. Big up yourself, Mojo. You know, but Peter took time out to show me certain vibes. You know, show me certain techniques on singing. So that was big for me. You know. Even coming up in a musical family, I know he came up in a musical family as well. So certain techniques he might have learned, I might not have learned them, especially the one that he showed me. So I was like,
as they say, two heads are better than one.
Yes, I can. Yeah. So when he showed me these things, I really appreciate loved what he did and took his time out to do for me. You know? Yeah, definitely. I was just starting my video company, Boondocks Ijar Films.
Okay.
And he was one of the first artists to do a drop for Boondocks Ijar Films. He was going on tour to the Northern America, you know. And after that, I was able to tour with them through the same Northern America. We went to Costa Rica, Jungle Jam, did a few shows in Hawaii, you know. So just being around them, being around that energy was a good energy, you know.
That alone is, you know, full of upliftment.
Yeah, because as an artist coming from the Virgin Islands, you hear their songs in the Virgin Islands. And you as an artist now, you get to meet these people who sing these songs that you have been listening to before you became an artist. The people who pave way for you to come is you know, good to even touch their flesh and say, yes, give thanks that you paved this way for I and I, you know, and give them their glory while they're alive, you know.
Okay. So Ras Attitude, if it wasn't music, you know what I mean, if it was not for music, what would you have, you know, be doing as a profession? You know, professionally, what would you be doing if it wasn't music?
That's a very good question. Nobody never asked me that question. Yeah, I can't really tell you. Because from I know myself, it's just music I've been into. From I get to know me as a little boy, we get things from Jack Spaniard, I play football or ride bike up and down the street. From I know myself, is music I was dealing with and had a joy for. I would say if the only thing closest I would say now that I'm a man and know what I love to do other than music, I would have probably been into art or cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have probably been into art because I used to draw a lot. I went to college for graphic arts. So maybe if music didn't take over all of that, I'd probably be doing graphic arts now
we would have had Chef Ras Attitude.
Actually, you could go on YouTube and check out I have one episode so far. That was way back when we was on tour because I wanted to try a tour. Every time we go on tour, we do an episode of cooking. And the show is called Cooking with Attitude. So you can go on YouTube and type in.
Massive, make sure you check out Cooking with Attitude.
Yeah, Cooking with Attitude. We're going to do some more episodes. And now that we have the time, because again, we was on the road doing shows, and a lot of time we don't have time to just sit down and shoot an episode of Cooking with Attitude just because I have a camera. You know what I mean?
You know, talking about cooking before we come to an end, talking about cooking, most people think, you know, artists are celebrities and they don't even touch no pot, they don't go to the kitchen and stuff and that. And you're talking about cooking. You know, how does that work? You know, how do you combine this?
Well, I'll tell you this. I haven't reached to the status where I have a kitchen and I don't use, or somebody's in there cooking for me. I haven't reached to that. So I have to eat. Because I would be dead for hungry if I don't cook. But Empress don't cook because I'm not really a fast food guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody goes out and eat. It has to be like a measures where I'm definitely not gonna be home anytime soon, or I'm just not feeling like cooking today. I just go on a water diet or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So yeah. I was just more do the cooking and them thing there.
So Massive, if you're watching us on Facebook now, my producer is just showing Cooking with Attitude, you know, alongside our interview. So you can just check it out, or just go out there and check Cooking with Attitude, Ras Attitude. You see everything for yourself. So any advice for young upcoming artists who, you know what I mean, want to be like Ras Attitude, be humble, and also, you know, craft their, you know, start very well? What advice would you give to them?
I would say, first of all, love life, show love, and don't give up. Never give up. Second of all, I would say take time out to study the industry. Take time out to study, you know, the BMI, study the ASCAPs, you know, study everything that you're putting your name to. Take time out to study your craft. Take time out to practice your craft. Do as much practicing as you can on your craft. You know, find your lane. You know what I'm saying? And just keep being you. And then nobody change you. Nobody can tell you, hey, you're not gonna make it, or you know what I'm saying? You if you're comfortable at where you're at and you have faith in yourself that, hey, this is the voice I'm going with, or this is the style I'm gonna do, or whatever the case may be, just do that. Don't let nobody detour you from that, because at the end of the day, when you make it, those same people will tell you don't do it. They're gonna be the ones with their handouts saying, yeah, I went to school with this brother. Yeah, me and him are brethren. Yeah, he's my family. And you know what I'm saying? So just keep doing what you're doing. Keep your head up. Stay strong. Love life, show love, and don't give up. And just keep practicing your craft. Make sure you learn everything about the music that you need to learn. And please don't wait on no man. If you have to, record yourself.
Wait for no man.
Yeah, if you have to record yourself, learn how to record yourself, get your equipment to record yourself. Because again, right now, them say social distance. So I social distance myself from the big studio, and I build my own little studio.
Social distance and social spliff dancing.
Big up the money says social spliff dancing.
Yeah.
Yes, man. Big up spliffington, you know.
Anyway, so Ras Attitude, you know, your last words. I know throughout your musical journey, you know, many people have been there for you that you would like to say thank you to them, and I mean, for what they've done for you. What would you say to these people? Then we bring the interview to an end, please.
And I would love to say I appreciate each and everyone who's been there for me from then till now and supported me from then till now, whether it be friends, family, fans, you know, or even foes. And I'm saying, like I do give thanks for all the strength that you have given to me from then till now. I gotta big up my mom. You know, her Earth Strong just went the other day. You know,
bless her.
Earth Strong mama still, because she's celebrating the whole month. So I love you, mom, and thank you for everything you've done for me from then till now. Big up my dad as well. Big up my brothers. Big up Father Slick, my management. You know, big up Tizzy. Big up Yo, big up everyone, man.
Everyone, you know, I mean, if you say you're gonna mention them, we'll go on and on and on.
Yeah, I could go on and on. The show won't done till next week, man.
I know.
Yeah, so everyone who's looking in and supporting, you don't know who you are. You know what you've done for you and I throughout life. You know how the thing go up front, right? I want to tell the people, just go log into rasattitude.com instead of going to all the platforms and going to the YouTubes, or you could just log in
rasattitude.com.
You'll see the videos, the interviews, you'll see everything up there, you know.
Okay.
And also, we love constructive criticism. We love it. You know, that makes me who I am.
Of course,
you know?
Of course.
So there is a part on the site where you could go and type in your constructive criticism, even if you don't have any constructive criticism, and you give thanks for the music and you like a certain song, or you're not able to find a certain song, you could forward there and let us know what's going on.
Yeah.
We could be in touch with the people, be in touch with the fans, be in touch with the family who is there looking out for us as well as we looking out for them, you know.
Ras Attitude, thank you so much for your time, you know what I mean? And definitely, we'll keep in touch. Now that we know that you're one of our own, are you from Cape Coast or you're from the Ashanti region? Which one?
Well, like I said, I didn't do the full research, but from what I was listening to from my mom, I want to believe the Ashanti side.
Okay, because you're a true warrior.
Yo, Ghana have some warriors. Where for them weapon of the truth, pagan use. Pale lion chai pies in the youth. Congo soldiers rise up ready for revolute. Give them heart attack when the Ghanans cut and go through. Cut and go through. In a week or east coast. Cut and go. Let's up with Gideon boot. Cut and go. Brown eye just rise up Gideon and get slow.
Thank you so much. It's been a privilege having you on the Reggae Catalogue, you know what I mean? And definitely any project that comes out, let us know. And we are here to promote every project that you brings on board, you know what I mean? Ras Attitude, thank you so much. We really appreciate love.
Just look out for the Future Life Rhythm featuring Ras Attitude, Bad Girl Jade, XL Black, Shepherd Mighty, Doogie Ranks, enough different people. Look out for Upful and Bright, the new video soon from Ras Attitude, Upful and Bright. Seeing us by Portmore for sure with Doogie Ranks and the whole family. It's going to be royal and upful and bright.
Great.
And just check out rasattitude.com. Everything will be coming there.
Right, rasattitude.com. Thank you so much. And definitely we'll link up again behind the scene.
Yes, I. Blessed love.
Natural kid. Big up yourself each and every time.
Like a red couple, right?
So, Massive and crew, that was Ras Attitude. So, for the meantime, we'll be switching over from the Facebook and the YouTube. You can listen to us right on the TuneIn. And also make sure you download our app on the Google Play, on the Apple Store, the iOS. This is African Walk. Let's take a listen to this one. Right after this one, we'll go for a quick commercial break. And on the rebound, no vibes coming your way. You can't believe what we have. Hey, in
the African shoes, African walk, African style, African talk. Man, have we gold in the split when we are smoke with my African flag away. My African girls, for you and me a ball. How you keep the thing well natural.
You are listening to GN Radio UK.
Step in for the African scene. My turban will wrap me a fan with the shaking. Just touch the road so my sandals no steam. Me check the herbs, man, my brethren, two keys, trust me. I'm the best herb in a Congo city. And me love the 10